Hello, and welcome to Pumptec's tutorial on the 112V pump rebuild. In this tutorial, we'll be taking apart our 112V pumps, replacing the insides, and putting them back together. This tutorial will be using kits A and B to replace the insides. In kit A, we have grease, 2 wave washers, 2 spreaders, 2 backing rings, a plunger, 4 V-rings, and 2 insulating washers. In kit B, we have grease, 4 1/16 O-rings, 4 valves, and 8 white washers. We will also be using these tools: a towel, a 3/16 hex wrench, a small screwdriver, grease, and water. Alright, let's take apart our pump. First, we will turn our pump onto the manifold so we can undo the bolts and washers with our 3/16 hex wrench and flip our pump back onto the heads. Let's take off our manifold, and with the manifold there should be 4 clear white washers. If they're not there, they should be on the valve sill. We'll put those to the side and take off our valves and O-rings. Underneath those 4 valves and 4 O-rings, there should be 4 more clear white washers. We'll put all those to the sides. Next, we will be taking off the heads from the plunger, and those should just slide off. There might be some water, so we may use a towel. With the plunger off, we will slide off our retainer plate, and underneath the retainer plate, there should be the contents of kit A, which are a backing ring, 2 V-rings, a spreader, a wave washer, and an insulating washer. We will remove all those pieces from each side and put those to the side, keeping the retainer plate close by because we will be reusing the retainer plate. Alright, with our pump apart and our old pieces off to the side, we will grab our new pieces and we will begin our rebuild. First, we are going to grab the insulating washer and we'll place one of those in each pump head. The wave washer follows the insulating washer and we'll place those edges up. So there's a smoother side and a rougher finish. The rougher finish has the sharper edges, and we'll place the wave washer in with that facing up. Next is the spreader. The spreader is kind of triangular in profile, and we want that pointed edge facing out of the pump. We'll see that the V-rings sit nicely on that spreader, so if they don't fit nicely, the spreader is in incorrectly. The spreader is followed by the V-rings, and these seals will be greased. So we'll grease all 4, and we'll place the pointed edge facing out of the pump so it fits nicely on the spreader. And so we'll place 2 of those seals on the spreader, and this will be followed by the backing ring. And the backing ring will have the flat edge facing out of the pump so that the curved side will face into the pump and sit nicely on each V-ring. With all of those snugly in the seal bore of the head, we can now grab our retainer plate, and we want the rounded edges facing into the pump. That means the rougher finish side will be facing out of the pump, as seen here. You can use your thumbs or the table to force that retainer plate into the head. Now with each head built, we will grab our plunger and we will grease the ends of the plunger and put one end into each head and force them together. The plunger slot will be facing away from us if we have it oriented as seen here, with our valve pockets facing us. So the valve pockets on the heads will be facing us, so we can put our valves, white washers, and O-rings onto the heads. So next we will grab the contents of kit B and make sure that our pockets are facing us with the plunger slot facing away from us. And we'll put 4 clear white washers into each valve pocket on the head. These white washers will be followed by the valves. And if you see the sticker on the top of the pump there, that means our outlets will be nearest that edge of each head. So our X's will be on top, and our O's will be below, as seen here, and our X's will be our outlet, and our inlets will be those O's. So those valves will each get a 1/16 O-ring, and we'll want our manifold close by, and that manifold will get 4 clear white washers. And I like to spray water here because we're going to flip our manifold onto the heads, and I want those washers to stay in place. Flip everything back onto the manifold and jostle it around a little bit. We'll make sure that there's a snug fit between the heads, O-rings, and manifold before we put our bolts on. So we'll grab our stainless steel bolts and our 3/16 hex wrench, and we'll screw on the washer and bolt to secure our heads to our manifolds. To double check that we built it correctly, and if your ports aren't blocked, we will look into the top port nearest that sticker and hopefully see an X of the valve. That means that our outlets are in the correct position and we have built our pump correctly. This has been the 112V pump rebuild tutorial. If you have any other questions, please visit our website, refer to our other videos, or give us a call here at Pumptec. Thank you and have a great day.